I personally think that urban folk are getting way too hyped for this. Okay? I don't think you're going to experience the same momentum with the first Black Panther because it was fresh, it was brand new, it was a first look for everybody. Now that we've had 5 years since Chadwick's death, I think we're like 2 years removed from Wakanda Forever. Like, you're not going to get this momentum back. So the only way you could really pull this off is bring in another T'Challa from another timeline, from another multiverse, another alternate universe, and he'll be T'Challa, because they killed off this universe's version of it, and they gave us the bastard son. You're never going to get that momentum back, because the bastard son is always going to be there somewhere in the background. Now they're saying, well, we may want to reboot this thing right before Secret Wars. Then you would need to reboot it completely after Secret Wars and start all over again and get a brand new T'Challa in this particular universe, right? This to me ain't going to hit the way y'all think it's going to hit. Okay? It's not going to hit the way you think it's going to hit. They purposely did not recast for a reason. There's no, and like I told Fatal J on his channel, I think the response to this black character was too much for Disney. They raised the vibration too high. They can't have y'all feeling good about yourselves, you know? They can't have you walking around with your chest poked out, head held high, having high self-esteem about you and your people. They can't risk having that. You wonder why they still haven't given you the Storm Black Panther hookup. I wonder why that is. They could have been brought in Storm. They could have been spun that off and gave y'all two of the greatest black couple comic book characters ever. They're not going to give you that. They don't want to raise y'all's vibration to that point. This is why it's not going to hit the way y'all think it's going to hit. It's not. It's not. Now, we've got some awesome fan casts. Everybody keeps, saying Aldous Hodge, and I'm okay with that. Let's see. Let's see what the internet is saying. Black Panther fan cast. Let's see who we got. Idris is too old. Michael Jai White can't act. Let's stop this dumb shit. Please, listen. Michael Jai White can probably beat me up for sure, but he can't act. Sorry. Jaimin Hunsu, too old. Now, why they didn't cast him to play T'Chaka, the father, is beyond me, because the T'Chaka they gave us was some fat old guy. I'm like, who is this fat old guy? He's T'Chaka, right? Derek Luke. I like Derek Luke. He's been quiet the last few years. Derek Luke could pull it off. I like Derek Luke. Go watch Antoine, the life of Antoine Fisher. Biker Boys. Derek Luke is dope. Chiwetel Ejiofor. Too old. Not too old, but too old. Yeah, it just wouldn't work. That's a miscast. Omari Hardwick as T'Challa. Could you see him as T'Challa? This would have to grow on me. Could I see him as T'Challa? Don't do this. Could I see Omari Hardwick as T'Challa? That could be a sleeper. John Boyega. I don't want to see John Boyega. I personally don't want to see John Boyega. No, thank you. David Oyelowo. No, I don't want to see. No. We want an American for this. Sorry, guys. We want an American for this. Adewale, too old. Adewale's too old. Nate Parker. I like this. I like Nate Parker. I think Nate Parker could pull this off. Are you serious, bruh? Damn, man. I'm so sorry, bruh. I'm so sorry to hear that. Everybody going through it right now. I like Nate Parker to play the next T'Challa. I like this. Well, here's the thing. They're going to have to pull a T'Challa from another universe to replace the one that we lost. And you still have the bastard son in the background somewhere. Morris Chestnut. No, this is a miscast. Peter Mensah. No. Miscast. This is silly. Wesley Snipes. Let's not do this. Isaiah Mustafa. Possibly. He's dead. Okay, this is kind of old. No. Jamie Foxx. No. Let's not do this. Michael Ealy. No. Denzel. No. Now Edie Cathegi, he is playing Mr. Terrific in the James Gunn Superman. He played what was the mutant he played in X-Men First Class? The one mutant that couldn't really die because he can adapt to everything, but somehow he ended up dying anyway. No, I don't think that. Harold Perrineau. I didn't think about Harold Perrineau, but physically I don't think he could do it. He doesn't give me that imposing figure. No. Laz Alonso. I would consider Laz Alonso. If you watch The Boys, he plays Mother's Milk. I could see Laz. Darwin, that was his name. Yeah, Darwin adapts to everything in the comics. He's basically damn near immortal, unkillable. But they found a way to kill him. Taye Diggs, no. Too old. Way too old. Dennis Abrams, what is this? Noel Clark, no. Jesse Williams, no. Too light bright. Terrence Howard, come on, man. No. Now, let me get back to another fan cast. Where's it at? The one that everybody pretty much agrees upon is Aldous Hodge. Oh, but you know what? This guy here could do it. I forget his name. He could do it. I like him. He was in the Predator movie. Which one was it? He was in that horrible Mia Culpa film, Tyler Perry. But this guy, he's dope. I could see him. I like him. Now here's the one everybody is pretty much rooting for is Aldous Hodge. Let me see. Pull up his fan cast. Aldous Hodge. Yeah, he could pull it off. I think he's everybody's consensus, like, number one pick. He's about 6'3", 6'4". He's jacked. Decent actor. Like, everybody pretty much agrees he's the number one fan cast. And then second would be Damson Idris. I don't care for Damson. I want this to go to an American. I don't want to see no more Brits, no more Africans, no disrespect. I want this to stay with the Americans. Me personally. I think this is peak casting. I think this is peak casting. I don't care for Damson Idris. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I think Aldous right now is the number one contender. I like him as like I said, he's fucking jacked, man. Watch the Cross series, yeah. I'm cool on Damson. I'm good. Y'all, no. Wouldn't work for me. Would not work for me. Once again, I don't think this is going to hit the way y'all think it's going to hit because of the recast. This is not going to hit the way you think it's going to hit. Now, they've already said they've offered it to a couple of actors already. They've turned it down because of all the potential backlash, right? If you believe what they're saying out there. Shout out to Jeff Snyder. Jeff Snyder broke the story that they are open to a full recast. But once again, this is going to be another version from another universe, another timeline brought in. You would think maybe hinted at in the Fantastic Four movie, because Fantastic Four is a period piece in the 60s and Black Panther 66. So you could throw in a reference to that version. But this is not going to be, you're still going to have to deal with the bastard son, T'Challa, running around in this current universe. It was a huge misstep for them to not recast from Jump Street. Huge missed opportunity. The movie only made $850 million compared to the first one made $1.4 billion. Clearly, we didn't like it. We rejected the movie. It was a lot of, black women running. Nobody wants to see a bunch of black women running things. Nobody wanted to see Shuri. Nobody wanted to see Angela Bassett talk crazy to white men, talk crazy to the Spaniard Namor. Nobody wanted to see that. Okay? This is not going to hit the way y'all think it's going to hit. It's just not. Because we all understand this is just a replacement T'Challa. It's not. Y'all didn't go to the ancestral plane, to the ethers, to bring his spirit back. You didn't go to the ancestral. You didn't go to the Panther god Bast and say, hey, we need T'Challa. We need him back in the physical realm. Unless you're gonna do something like that. But outside of that, it's just a replacement T'Challa. It ain't the T'Challa. Okay. So, yeah. Hey, they fired the brother Nate. What's his name? The brother Nate that was basically telling Ryan Coogler how to do the second Black Panther. They fired his ass. So now all of a sudden, now they want to kind of circle back to the recast. Yo, everybody's been saying this for years. Shout out to every black content creator that has been saying it since Chadwick died. Recast. They do it for the white actors all day long. Why not do it for this one? Now, let me show you how much of a gap it is between the white audience, the white male demographic, which is the number one demographic for these movies. Black folk, let's not get it twisted. You're not the prime demographic for these movies. Sorry. The number one demographic is white men. Now, let me show y'all how disconnected these two groups are. There's a point in this when even the white dude was like, I was talking to some black guys and I didn't realize how important it was for black men to be shown in front of little black boys. Let me find it real quick. Hold up. Let me see.
Just now.
Yeah, you're right.
Goddamn, Andre's on fire this morning. Anyway, so Marvel is rumored to recast T'Challa in Black Panther 3. Boy, you fucking idiots.
Finally, they're listening to us.
Wait. Listen to what they say, though. They're listening to us. Who's us? I don't recall none of these white folk on none of these platforms when T'Challa died saying y'all need to recast. It was urban content creators screaming into a brick wall saying, hey, recast. And nobody listened to us because our voices don't matter. Agreed? So now look, all of a sudden they want to take credit for the 360. Come on.
Just now.
Yeah, you're right.
Goddamn, Andre's on fire this morning. Anyway, so Marvel is rumored to recast T'Challa in Black Panther 3. Boy, you fucking idiots.
Finally, they're listening to us.
Well, too little, too late. Who cares now after fucking Pink Panther?
Who's us, sir? Who's us? Now what you're seeing is all these white content creators now want to take credit for this. See how they do you? And when I kept trying to tell the brothers and other comic book folks, yo, they don't see us like that, locking arms. The only time they want to lock arms with us and when we going against Disney's DEI agenda woke program. Other than that, okay, y'all can go. We don't need you anymore. It's the only time they want to hang out with you and bring you on their platforms to talk about how bad Disney is and how bad Star Wars is. After that, okay, you can go back to y'all's corners. We don't, every time.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's pink no matter what color I've heard.
You mean that 5'2", 90-pound girl is not going to be a good replacement for T'Challa?
Imagine that.
Yeah, it would appear that her toys didn't sell all that well.
Oh, I don't know if I have that picture handy, but if you'll remember, I'm the one who snapshotted the picture of the end cap that was nothing but her figure for $1. Wow.
There's a point when he said I talked to
It's
black
on my Twitter
folk,
from like probably a year or two ago. Whenever the movie came out, it wasn't that long after the movie. They had a whole end cap of just her figure for $1.
But gentlemen, we have a question about this, because everyone, of course, were saying that this is what needed to happen right after he died. That Black Panther was too important. You can't let the character die. This is where you James Bond it and recast. It's horribly tragic.
Wow. Same old points that black content creators were making way back when. Now all of a sudden the characters is too big to ignore. Really? Okay, come on.
When anyone dies, and it's, in addition to being tragic, it's very inconvenient for a studio when the face of a franchise dies. But it has happened before. Just remember Spartacus on Stars. The lead actor there died one season in. Well, not 1.5 season in. They made like this prequel in the meantime, but the show had to go on and they recast. And honestly, this is what had to happen here, and it wouldn't even be the first recasting inside of the MCU. But no, they decided to kill off the character and go all girl boss anyway for the sequel. All remember the sequel, right? Which Black Panther 2, keep the water Mexicans out of Wakanda
it's coming.
forever.
It's coming.
I like to call it. And here they are now for the next movie.
Yes, they are dry. They are droll, but every once in a while they give you insight. And what I want to display here is how just disconnected they are to everything else around them, outside of them. Okay? So when he talks about how he was talking with black folk, it didn't even dawn on him our issues, our plight. You understand? It's like you asking, a billionaire to understand what it's like to not be able to pay your bills on time. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You can't pay your bills on time? What do you mean? You don't have money? Right? It's that conversation. Like, they're not even cognizant of what's going, like, in their world is something so just off the charts. In fact, his brother had echoed that Chadwick wanted the role to be recast. Yes, the whole family was like, recast. And Feige, that y'all keep making excuses for, said no. At the end of the day, Kevin Feige approves every decision made. How come y'all don't be holding Kevin Feige's feet to the fire with these missteps, with these movies, and with these agendas? Y'all blame everybody else but Kevin Feige. If you ask me, Kevin Feige has stayed too long. He should have been fired 3-4 years ago when things started to go left. They should have got rid of Kevin Feige. But that's what do I know? Come on, it's coming up.
So other people got to kind of take on the mantle. I don't think people would have a problem with that. But, I talked to a few guys that happen to be black that we do.
Here we go. So I talked to my black friends. You ready? So I talked to my black friends. Let's go.
Having our, various panels that I talked to, and they all kind of had the same feeling, and I kind of had to agree with them afterwards because they made some very good points. And that was that, and that's kind of what Andre said to begin with, and that is that the character is bigger than the actor.
Yeah.
They should have
recast in the MCU before.
Yeah, they've done it before, but in this case, this was a situation where you had the right time, the right place, where the first movie came out, and it was a very important. This is one of those few times where you can say, yes, it was kind of important for young black boys, right? To have.
It was important for young black boys. For what now?
This character, and to have them turn around and kill him in the sequel.
This man had no idea. This man had no idea how important. I'm gonna keep saying it. They didn't want y'all walking around here with y'all heads held high and your chest poked out, loving yourself, loving the image of yourself. This white man done told y'all, I had no idea. I didn't know it was that important to y'all like that. Okay? That's how disconnected you comic book fans are, urban from non-urban. They only rock with you when y'all both agree the agenda is bad, the lore is bad, the content is bad. Now once the studio's back off the agenda, okay, now go back to y'all's corner in the jungle. We don't need you. We don't need you. You're good. You starting to see how they ain't having those black folk on they panels as much these days, are they? Huh? You don't see the brothers on their panels as much these days, do you? As opposed to 6 months ago, a year ago. Okay. That's all I wanted to point out.